User personas are based on real data collected about your target customer audience. Then we analyze the data to find themes within it. These themes represent subgroups of your larger customer audience who share similar behaviors, goals, motivations, and needs in relation to your product or service. After we find these themes or subgroups, we create one single personified representation of the data from within each theme, which results in a format that's memorable and relatable. It's a lot like creating a guide or a cheat sheet of user data, so we can make sure that the experience we create is centered around real customer needs. Whenever you set out to create user personas, that effort generally results in about 3 to 6 themes or segments, and therefore 3 to 6 personas based on these segments. Once you have the personas, you really should prioritize them based on their level of importance to your business and your project. It's okay to do this. I know sometimes it can feel counterintuitive, this idea of prioritizing customers by importance. If we say that one user type is more important than another, do we risk alienating the other user type? Or will we fail to design for the needs of all our customers? These concerns are certainly valid, but the intention behind prioritizing personas is not to exclude or devalue any user's needs. Rather, the purpose of doing so is to acknowledge that there will inevitably be situations when the needs of one user type might conflict with another. Of course, the goal is to always design to satisfy all user types as much as possible, but stating the priority order will help us to prioritize design solutions when user needs do conflict. Then we're positioned to make smart design trade-offs in those moments. Yes, we're designing on behalf of all user needs, but at the end of the day, we're also working on behalf of a business or an organization with goals to achieve. So prioritizing personas is just another strategic decision that must be made. Now, the question becomes, how do we decide on the priority? There are a lot of factors that might influence how you determine this priority. We recommend having conversations with business stakeholders, product owners, or other team members to discuss what should drive the prioritization. Some teams simply prioritize based on the size of the customer segments that each persona represents. The decision could also be more nuanced. You could choose to prioritize a customer group that's not necessarily the largest, but instead is representative of the strategic direction the business is taking your product or service. Prioritization could also be driven by your organization's key performance indicators and what business goals exist. Sometimes targeting a certain user group might be more advantageous to the goals of the business.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of our UX videos, take a look at these over here and consider subscribing to our channel. On our website, nngroup.com, you can access our free library of over 2,000 articles. You can also register for one of our UX courses that offer live, hands-on UX training.